Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai Ba'Shem, Wakar Kadash. Double honors to the elders, apostles, great millstone, preaching the word truthfully and sincerely. Shalom to the Akim, scattered through the four corners of the globe, preaching the word truthfully and sincerely. And shalom to the Akim, that be like unto the speckled bird, preaching the word truthfully and sincerely. I say shalom to you Akim out there on this July 11th, 2022 at 4:15 p.m. Central Standard Time on this Monday afternoon. And this is a news article in the news for today, and it's revolving the Wall Street. The earnings had slide down a little bit. I believe the Dow Jones was like a negative 162, and the S&P 500 went down 1.15%, and the NASDAQ 2.26%, and the Dow Jones slipped as well too. And this is a news article from the U.S. markets from the WallStreetJournal.com, and this was for today. Believe this was published about like an hour ago. And the highlight of this news article from the Wall Street Journal, and it reads: the U.S. stocks end slow ahead of inflation data earnings season. Twitter shares drop after Elon Musk sought to pull out his takeover deal. And it says the U.S. stocks failed to start the week as investors prepare for fresh inflation data and corporate earnings that could influence the Federal Reserve path for interest rate increase. All three major indexes opened lower, regained some ground, and then lost steam in the close. The S&P 500 fell negative 44.9 points, or 1.2%, to the 3,858.43 points. The blue chip, the Dow Jones Industrial Average lows of negative 164.34 points, or 0.52%, to finish a 31,173.84 points lower. And the NASDAQ Composite Index negative 262.71, or 2.3% drop to 1,132.60 as technology stocks lost ground. So yeah, you've been seeing, Wall Street throughout this whole year so far been continue having mixed reactions, with the economy, with the hyperinflation, with the gas prices and everything consistently going up, and the Federal Reserves keep on pouring in interest rates to increase the interest rates so they can find ways to lower the inflation, to bring it down some, but the inflation kept on increasing. I heard there was a article for job labors had increased a little bit, and it created more jobs, and it brought down the unemployment rate down a little bit as well too, to 3.7%, I believe. And that jobs report was like I believe like a week or two ago. So now with this new, they waited for new data to show for the inflation data to be reported, and the economy as well too, because that gives the Federal Reserves of the Wall Street see if they're going to continue to raise in the interest rates in regards to the Wall Street, because the economy is part of the Wall Street as well too, because they bring in more money to help to grow the economy with the Wall Street as well too, because that's why you see like these sales of these companies, see if they stocks can be brought up or be brought down, or if they hear an announcement and then the Wall Street and the Nasdaq and the S&P 500s and stocks and bonds, if it have like a hearing in the news, that's why it has a reaction to it. It is gonna gain some points, or it's gonna slip, and it's gonna continue to slip. Either way it goes, But that's what we've been hearing throughout this whole year so far. Continuing, it's like it been like a roller. It been like a up and down roller scale with the Dow Jones, and the S&P 500 and the industrial as well too, And it been constantly slipping up and down, up and down, up and down, And then, like I mentioned before, with the cost of living, the inflation, but I believe for the past 2 weeks, close to 3 weeks now, you have the oil production been going down. The gas prices have been going down a little bit. From according to experts, I believe, expected for it to go back up, I believe. And then you had President Joe Biden consistently blaming Vladimir Putin for the oil prices, the cost of the gas prices, because between with the current Russia-Ukraine war that's going on, and with the hyperinflation and everything got consistently going up, and then it continues slipping down the economy as well too. Even though the job labor's been going up, the unemployment been increasing down as well too. But as long as you got the hyperinflation and the cost of living in the housing market and not showing any good progress, so I kind of expect to see continuously, but it all depends on the inflation rate data sheet gonna shows for the economy as well too, and the continued oil productions. So those are the two main ones. The inflation data to check and see if the hyperinflation increase even more or decrease. So that's what the Federal Reserve is waiting for. And then you're gonna have a potential reaction from the Wall Street if it's gonna increase or it's gonna slip further even more, So that's keep an eye on that as well too. So and I'm gonna bring out some scriptures, the scriptures that I always normally used to bring out. Probably just bring one out, and then I'm gonna close out the sit down lesson. Probably a Jeremiah 51:8. And this scripture, it shows of signs of Babylon falling on an economic scale, because this is the modern day Babylon, North America, the northern hemisphere, which is modern day Babylon, the Roman Empire 2.0 again, the modern day Egypt. As you can see, the statues and the stadiums, it's like Rome 2.0 all over again. That shows you these are signs and symbols of things that this is modern day Babylon, the daughter of Babylon, And this is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 51, verse 8. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. How for her? Take bond for her pain. If so, she may be healed, right? Because it's showing signs that this place is not going to be healed. Not anytime soon, as it's continuing to fall economic-wise. Even though they have jobs increase, labor increase, the employment rate going down, but you still got the cost of living is consistently going up, even though gas prices went down and many other different things is going up as well too. Because higher interest rates and many other different things, especially on the economic scale, is going to consistently fall as well too, And I wouldn't be surprised if that data shows for the inflation data, if it's going to continue to go up or down. I kind of expect to see if it goes back up. And the Federal Reserve at Wall Street is going to wait to see when that data statistic shows. I don't know for sure if it's going to come out tomorrow or in the next few days to see if the inflation is going to increase even more and more. And if so, I believe the Federal Reserve is going to raise and increase the interest rates even more and more. And if it has like a mixed reactions of the Dow Jones and the Wall Street constantly consistently goes up, goes down, that's further shows the slipping of the economy as well too. Like I mentioned, because the Wall Street puts money forth into the economy as well too. So hey, for the next few days we'll see what is gonna constantly, if the Dow Jones is gonna continue to slip and the Federal Reserve waiting on the results for the inflation. But you most likely kind of expected to see the economy slip down a little bit more again, and the Dow Jones consistently fall as well too, even though it has mixed reactions on a balance scale. Sometimes it have good gains, and sometimes it has lower gains than expected as well too. So with that, I hope this quick sit-down lesson was edifying for In the News on the July 11th, 2022. 4:25 p.m. Central Standard Time on this Monday afternoon. And once again, I hope this news was edifying in regards to the economy of the stocks and bonds and the Dow Jones, the S&P 500, and the composite, and the NASDAQ industrial. In regards to it might continue to slip even more as they wait on the data sheet of the inflation and the gas productions as well too. So it might continue to fall because modern day Babylon is falling on the economic scale as well too, and many other different categories in relates to this. So with that, I'd like to give all praise to Yahweh Shema Shabbat, Shema Karkadash, double honors to the elders, apostles, of great millstone, preaching the word truthfully and sincerely, and shalom to the Akim, scattered through the four corners of the globe, preaching the word truthfully and sincerely, and shalom to the Akim, that be like unto the speckled bird, preaching the word truthfully and sincerely. And until next time, I will say shalom and a ball.